Howdy, welcome back. So 2012 was definitely a different and weird year for myself, for the world. Coney 2012, you guys remember that? I was in high school and the world was different. But there's two things that 2012 have in common. That is, two things started in 2012. One being Mystery Tackle Box and one being my YouTube channel. I started really basing my videos when I started this whole journey off of Mystery Tackle Box videos. I did unboxing videos. I did a whole bunch of unboxing videos in my room back in 2012 and 2013. Then that transitioned to me doing, I believe, the first ever MTV Slam on the internet, me using the baits, me taking the baits to college and having my roommate jump off a cliff with them.
We'll get right into it, but first let me huck myself off this cliff.
Back in, I believe it was like 2015, I met a dude named Ross Gordon. Ross Gordon is the acting CEO, founder of Mystery Tackle Box. He's a dude I've been around for a while now, that being in the boat, meetings, product development, whatever that may be. He's just a creative genius, and I've learned a lot from him, and I consider him kind of like a role model. He has built one of the biggest bass fishing companies, I think, in the late 2020, 2019 era. Like, just fishing is hard to get into, and he's done it. He's an awesome guy. I look up to him a lot, and I got the pleasure of fishing with him back in the day before. So in today's video, I get the pleasure of fishing with an absolute legend. We share some talk. We get to fish. I ask him some questions at the end of this video. But before I get into that, I want to talk about a new product that MTB has to offer. Thanks to them for sponsoring today's video. As you guys know, if you guys do want to try Mystery Tackle Box, use my code LETTUCE. It will give you a box for as little as $4.99. They have 3 different models. They have the regular box. Do I have any regular boxes? Regular box, where are you at? MTB regular box. This is the Pro Box. This is the Pro Box. This is their new Elite Box. The Mystery Tackle Box Elite Box is something I've never got before, and I already opened it because I just couldn't wait. And it's pretty freaking sick to have your own fluorocarbon line inside their box. We've teamed up with Ketchco, the parent company to Mystery Tackle Box, and they designed some awesome line from us. It's made in Japan out of one of the most reputable line companies out there. They make an awesome product, and why go to Japan? Because they make the best damn line. So, first thing in the box is a $21 spool of line. Fluorocarbon is so dang expensive, but this is very competitive to everybody else out there. So, 200 yards, 15-pound test. Gotta love it. Little Carl's crankbait. Some Z-Man trick shot, full pack of plastics. A Striker Pro jerkbait. An Optimum Baits line through swim bait. Lifted jigs, flippin' jig. Some Carl bait and tackle weights. And this awesome sticker right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little spiel. That is the Elite Box. I want to show you guys that and thank them for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into today's video. It is super sick because you guys know I talked about Ross. Now I get to share the boat with Ross, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this. Stay tuned. Let's catch some big old large mouth bass. Welcome back to another episode of AP Bassing. We've got the first bass in the boat on a froggy. I'm joined by a legend of the fishing world and of pretty much how I started sponsorships and stuff like that. Ross, he is the CEO and founder of Mystery Tackle Box. And we actually started off on a different lake this morning. Well, it's pretty windy. We started off on a different lake this morning, and the fishing was super, super tough. We just couldn't catch anything. We didn't catch a single fish. We fished for 2.5 hours without a single bite. Now we're at this new lake for about 10 minutes. Didn't even have the chesty on because I was like, who knows what's going to happen. It's just been such a rough morning. And then boom, one right on the frog. So I'm going to throw in the chesty. Me and him are going to go to bat here and hopefully catch some more fish for you guys. Well, guys, this is what I caught my last fish on. It was super calm this morning. Now the wind's kind of picking up, so that might be why these fish are turning on. But just throwing a little brown frog, 65-pound test braid, and 7.4 Emperor rod. Let's see. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Another good one. This one choked it. I actually saw that map move. Look at all that. Look at how far down that fish is. That frog is in that fish's mouth. All right, guys, we might have just figured out a little pattern. That is, I don't even know. Probably about 4 minutes after catching that last one, this one just destroyed it. We've got weed whackers in the background, a little bit of wind, but nonetheless, a 1.5 2-pound bass. Feisty. Adios. Might need to get the frog out. Got him. There we go. Froggies. There is nothing better than catching some big bass. Well, this one's not exactly big, but catching bass on frogs in the summertime. And that fish actually missed this frog 3 times, just kept throwing it in there, working it slow. Finally, she ate it. Little brown guy, little poppin' brown frog, 65-pound test, just to make sure I can get those fish out of that thick stuff. I'm just loving life now. The move paid off. There he goes. Nope, he did not quit. That fish blew up on it 3 times again. It's just like they're not eating it, and then all of a sudden they just devour it. But another nice one, just a little guy. There's fish in here. I mean, I've caught fish in here 5+ pounds, so it's not all about the numbers in this lake. There are some really, really big fish. And I think I'm just gonna stick to the frog because that usually can lead me a big bite out here. And it's just super cool seeing them come out of the water and eat it. Oh, yes. Yes! That's a big one, dude.
Yeah, boy.
That is the biggest one of the day.
There we go on the popping frog. It's a good one. That's how we do it.
MTV
AP,
style.
putting me on fish.
That's also an OG bait right there you're using.
Yeah, this is
like that was in the box like 3 years ago.
This is from an literally, this is from an MTV box in like 2015 probably.
Yeah, crazy.
Still
Heck
works.
yeah. That is Ross's first fish and probably the biggest fish of the day so far. We've stumbled upon kind of a frog pattern. We started the day off throwing jigs, throwing Senkos at the first lake. We came here, started throwing jigs and Senkos. And then as soon as I switched to the frog, we started getting bites. So we're going to fish this scum line right here, probably up to that point right there. And then we're going to go try and fish like a scum field. Because if they're hitting frogs on the shallows like this, they should be in the grass hitting frogs. So that's just kind of a tip. And darker frogs. Ross was throwing a white frog, wasn't getting bit. Just switched to the black bottom frog, and that's his first fish. So let's do it. Let's keep searching. Let's keep finding, and hopefully one big one. We need a big one. That's all we look for every single day is one big fish. Ooh, there's gonna be some fish in here. I'll give you that. Here, I'm gonna reposition us here. Big. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's a decent one. There we go. I don't know if that was a different fish. That one was like a foot off where I missed the last one. We both had the same thing where our frogs were over the tree, blew up on it, and we couldn't set the hook. I don't even know if this was the same fish. There's just a bunch of fish pushed up in this mat. Okay, that's a beautiful cast. Okay, I'm gonna put this fish back. I didn't expect to be out here until 3 or 4 o'clock today, so I'm out of GoPro recording juice. But my biggest bass of the day, probably about 3.5 pounds, just disproportional. The head is huge, the body is kind of lengthy and just gross looking, but just munched a frog. Ross actually just missed a giant too, so I'm I'm out of breath. I thought I was gonna lose that fish. I wish I would have got that on GoPro.
Dude, it was so subtle, I didn't even see it.
Redemption, buddy.
Redemption time, boys. On the frog, right under that dock over there, in the shade. Sick.
That's the biggest one of the day.
That might be the biggest one right there.
Wait.
Oh, and he's gone. Sorry, I'm not a YouTube
You got it.
pro.
You got it. You got it. We got the
All right,
release.
We got this. I'm learning on the job here.
So as Ross catches that fish, I'm literally snagged in somebody's reel here. Oh God. Oh goodness. This is just a little much here. I'm going in this person's boat here. Get my little swim bait out. I'm literally in this person's reel. Okay. I threw it in that guy's boat and my swim bait was stuck in his reel. But that is definitely what we needed. We wanted to end the day on a good note. Ross got another really nice one. I'm still snagged. I'm still.
Grab it.
Jump? You got this? Long jump? Oh, but no, we needed that fish to kind of end the day on a high note. And we lost a couple really big fish. So this lake was definitely on in the afternoon. It was a good thing we switched up and we didn't stay at that first lake because that first lake was not happening. We're going to end this video here, though. We're going to head back to the ramp. I want to ask Ross a couple questions on camera, though, if he's down for it.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's do it.
If he's down for it, and then we'll end this video on a high note. So we're at the ramp. Here are the 3 questions. How old were you when you started MTB?
I was 29 years old.
29 years old. Second question is, did you start it alone or did you have partners at the beginning?
So I had the idea for like 2 years before I started it, but I was working on a company, so I couldn't start it. So when I was starting MTB, I wanted to find a partner to help me do it. So I found this guy, Jeremy, who was my co-founder, and basically we started it together. Out of our garage. We packed boxes out of our garage.
Yeah, so I asked him this on the boat. I already know the answer to this, but the first month you guys had 400 people sign up.
458.
458 people signed up.
customers.
This was in 2012 of August.
7 years ago, July is when
July.
we launched it, and we shipped our first box in August. 7
Insane.
years ago.
And now, so my last question is, so obviously like this company has started here in Chicago, now it's grown, it's still based in Chicago. How many employees you guys have, and like what is your end goal with this? Like, do you want to do everything in the fishing industry or just like?
Yeah, so we started as MTB, and as we continue to grow, I started another company called Biospawn Lure Company. So I was starting to get into the lure development game and love just making new products, had a ton of interesting ideas. And when we grew MTB, we're like, man, we have so many other ideas for products, like let's start making some of our own products. So that's when we started Catchco. So we started Catchco in like 2016 to be like the parent company so we could create lures, mystery tackle box, and we have the idea for Carl. So like we just want to, like our company mission is we want to create amazing products, content, and shopping experiences for the modern angler. So we just think like a lot of companies are still a little bit old school and we just want to do things differently. And we're just trying to have as much fun as possible while we do it.
Crazy guys. This guy is an absolute genius. Sharing the boat with him was an amazing experience today. I will leave Carl's at MTB below. Check it out. If you guys have not heard of him, you guys are living under a rock, and this is the dude who started it all back here in Chicago in his garage. So thank you guys again for watching today's episode. It was a fun day. We turned it around in the afternoon, and we will catch you guys on the next episode of AP Bass. Sweet. Thank you so much, man. No, dude, you killed that.
Yeah.